What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Grant Lyon. I am the director of esports here at Center College. And tonight we've got another two matches of Overwatch. First up, we have our Overwatch white team taking on Catawba blue. Here, starting on Nepal. Looking at these comps here, Center's looking to run a Ramatra-based composition, getting their speed from the Symmetra, whereas the side of Catawba is running a Reinhardt and getting their speed more from this Lucio here. See who gets to point faster. It looks like it'll be Catawba on the point, just a hair faster with that Lucio speed boost. But both teams getting on point here, starting to brawl. Catawba narrowly avoiding a fire strike there. Both teams utilizing their maze to really split up the battlefield here. There'll be a lot of picks coming out for Center College here. Looks like they'll clean up this first team fight. And are getting a little aggressive here, pushing up, trying to get a pick on that Kiriko, but she's able to get out with the help of her Suzu. Tabo looking to come right through mid here. This main choke. Center looking to just kind of bunker down on point, use this natural cover. Like Catawba's coming over on the left. Nice wall from Chonky Ghost, splitting up some of Catawba's members. I see an ultimate here from Jellyman. Almost getting enough damage to pick these off. Yeah, he'll throw in a skill orb. It'll be Adama getting a lot of these kills and cleaning up. Huge plays by Adama. I think he did the finishing blow on at least 4 kills there. Center still looking to play kind of bunkered on point here. Probably looking to walk just straight up through main, using that health from the Reinhardt. Huge wall from Chonky Ghost, able to split that Reinhardt. A tire takes out both of Center College's supports. But if they can just get a couple more elims, they can clean this fight up even without that sustain. Center is going to look to need to play pretty passive here. Wait for those healers to come back. And Jellyman with that super quick fade ability is able to get on point pretty quick here. You have Freeze coming out from Chonky Ghost. A beat from the Lucio to try to negate a lot of that damage. Not quite enough. Just a couple left from Catawba here, but this is looking like if they get this May, that'll be sub map 1 for Center College. Into this second sub map here. See a little bit of a switch up here from Catawba. Gonna run a Winston. What was it? Junkrat. That Junkrat's gonna be able to apply a lot of frontline pressure as well as shoot some mines or shoot some of his explosive projectiles into some areas that he's not got line of sight on as well. Sort of spamming a choke without any risk to himself. And they're looking to take refuge up on the right here, while Catawba takes the left. Center doing a bit of a rotation here, rotating all the way around closer to Catawba's spawn, and Catawba sort of does the same, sort of on the enemy's side of the point here. Catawba gets to take a defensive position up here on the point, but it's Blakeu with the first pick onto that Moira. It's quite a bit to Blakeu's healers there, keeping him up while he contested on point and took that space. Able to take that Junkrat as well, and center cleans that fight up pretty well. Bit confusing here to see some of Catawba's coming from their actual side. Got a window up from Carp here. Pretty even looking here in terms of ultimates. It's looking like it's going to end up being really who can be more proactive with it. It'll be Jellymane popping his ult. Fire here does a lot of damage to center, but I think it's the window or the lamp from Carp able to save a lot of center college there. Chonky goes looking for an ult here, but gets booped away. Center giving Catawba some space here, letting them go ahead and take this point. Waiting for a really a unified push here to recap. They're looking possibly to rotate back around like they did on that first fight. This junk spam will make it difficult, but it's a wall from Adama. Keeps everyone from Center College's side safe from all this damage coming in. And forces Catawba onto the point. That'll be a high noon from Catawba. Ooh, and it's just Jellymane left from the side of center. Like he's opting to contest here just to get a few extra percentage points. That'll leave center at 93 to Catawba's 30. Catawba will have 2 ults in this next fight, and center can look to build 2. They're gonna need to play it dry for just a little bit so they can get those online. That'll be the coalescence from Jellymane. And soon there will be as well a window from Carp. Center gets some opening picks here, which is huge. A lot of extra momentum. Might not even need that window from Carp. Is a Lucio gonna be able to contest in time, but those turrets do a lot of work to slow him down. That's a tire coming in from the Junkrat. The ball looking to contest as well, but so much damage from that window. That'll be Center College securing map number 1 against Catawba Blue. Play the game going to Adama here. I think it's his opening segment with just so many finishing blows here. And one more with this sort of cheeky teleport behind. We'll see you in just a couple moments for map 2.
Entering King's Row. Initiating match.
For map number 2 here, we will be going to King's Row. Go ahead and adjust that scoreboard a bit so it's not so big. I'll make it go the other way around too, because it looks confusing.
Ready for battle.
There we go. All right. We're seeing sort of a dot comp here with the Winston from the side of center, but I'm not sure if they'll actually keep it. Blakeu has been known to hop up top, see what they're running, and then swap to someone who couldn't hop up top originally. And that's what we'll see here. Back onto the Rhine. There's a Widow out here from the side of Catawba on the defense. And they will have to watch their heads. They've seen this Widow. An early pick from Blakeu. will be going right through this little hotel room here and onto point. Anna's awfully hurt. Jellymane's able to finish her off. That Widow's still left, but not much she can do alone. He goes almost falling there, but Jellymane's there to top up that oncoming Reinhardt. They'll be center taking this first point pretty quickly. Oh, a good job with the contest from Catawba. They were determined to get back on that point. And they at least get a pick onto Doo-Doo Voodoo for their efforts. But after capping the point, the respawn advantage for center is much greater. Not super impactful for Doo-Doo Voodoo to fall there. But looking to hold around this corner. Blakeu walking up, getting some space. That's a big shatter from Blakeu, finding that brief moment where Catawba dropped shield. Blakeu's pretty deep in here, but his supports are here to make sure he stays up. It's just a Reaper back here. Team's all able to turn on him. Chunky, Ghost, and Carp holding it down on the cart as the rest of the team looks to take some space here. Catawba will have to push in here if they want any chance at stopping this cart. A lot of damage onto Catawba's Reinhardt. Oh, and a huge slam from him. It looks like they are going to be able to contest and hold it here. Jellymane trying to 1v1 this Hanzo. The Reaper takes him out with some damage as well. Hanzo with the finishing blow. Harps found himself sort of stuck up here in some high ground, and he does get picked. That's a pretty huge stagger for Catawba. Center will probably be waiting for Carp to get back before they can re-engage here. Ooh, some ultimates expended from Catawba here, looking to be proactive in this fight, take some folks out. Doo-Doo Voodoo does fall. Be a shatter from Blakeu. A lot of ults, even more being committed from Catawba. That's going to be a one fight for Catawba. A couple of center getting out alive, but don't let me speak too fast. That's Jellymane falling to a hit from that Hanzo. Center's going to look to reorganize and go back into it here. They've got 2, soon to be 3 ults to their name. After Catawba used so many this last round, if center can just get these off pretty quickly, they're going to be looking at a one fight here. But Catawba gets that first pick. Center might not choose to engage here with ults. They are ulting. We'll see both support ults invested here. With 3 picks, just the support's alive. Center's at least going to start to get some more momentum on this card. Just the Reaper left for Catawba near point. Looks like he TP's out. But since the last time they were here, center let that cart roll backwards for quite a while. Catawba might have an opportunity to re-engage here. It's going to be a slam for Blakeu. But Catawba's Reinhardt has that nano on point. Awfully hard to kill. We'll look to have to back out here again. Losing so much space that they had just won in that last couple of fights. And now if we're looking at the alt economy, I think there's a strong advantage to Catawba, who's sitting on 4 here. Might be looking for a Death Blossom here from Catawba's Reaper. Like he was found out before he could pop it. Dragons from Catawba's Hanzo splitting center a bit. That shield from Bleku will block a lot of that damage, and Jellyman's going in with his Coalescence. Huge slam from Catawba again, though. I think played just a little bit differently. That could have swung in favor of center, but not able to get that nano out from Carp onto Bleku. Center's got 4 ult. If they can get to point, I think they might be able to make this happen. I think Center's going to be looking to Jellyman to get to that cart. Got 7 seconds. As long as he doesn't get slept here, he should be able to do it. The rest of Center gets to the cart as well. That's Doodoo Boodoo with a huge Death Blossom. The Hanzo left alive to try to contest here. He's not going to do it. In overtime, Center does make it to this 3rd section of the map. Only 1:30 on the clock to get this last portion complete, though. First pick is onto Doodoo Boodoo. 2 picks now onto Center College. Bleku keeping Center still in this, but Center's going to have to back out and re-engage once again. They don't really have the time in the bank to be having to do that. They really only have time for one more fight, and it's going to have to be a clean one. Only 20 seconds to get on point. Huge shatter from Bleku. Combo with that high noon from Chunky Ghost. Center's going to need to keep 3 on cart. The rest of the players from Center are going to be looking to sort of body block here. Just prevent anyone from Catawba from touching this point. It's huge to be able to block that ultimate there from Catawba's Reinhardt. Need a little bit more damage on these Quartz and Reaper on the cart. They're all squishy. Just for a brief moment, that Reaper steps outside of the boundaries of the cart, and Center does manage to finish it in overtime. Center can put up a strong defense here. Can be theirs. We'll be seeing Reinhardt's here again on both sides. The popular pick throughout the entire duration of this franchise when it comes to King's Row. Chunky Ghost will be here on the May. Able to put up a wall onto this choke point here. Separate 1 or 2 of Catawba's members and deny them the supportive resources of their allies. See a Widow from the side of Catawba. Often on King's Row, we'll see a Widow on an attack go up to the top, look for an early pick, and then swap if it doesn't work out. Always worth it to be able to get that opening momentum if possible. Monkey Ghost already coming out with this wall to be able to split Catawba's Reinhardt. Widow does get a pick onto Carp. Voodoo is in on Catawba's support line. Not going to be able to get too much. Center might need to play a little slow here. They do not have respawn advantage. A lot of low health bars. That Pharah and Mercy combo from Catawba. Doing a lot of damage. Center might need to make a change to their DPS lineup to be able to more effectively deal with it. Jellymane able to get a touch on point, but he's gonna need someone there with him with a bigger health pool. It's picked off. Too much damage from that barrage. Arp looking to get out here, but no way to get to safety. Jellymane doing some research, finding out the positions of Catawba's members. They're still on that Widow, even going into the second phase of the map. With the power of this Widow and this Pharah, as well as the more brawly characters like Kiriko and Reinhardt, Catawba is able to hold a lot of different angles on this map. Apply a lot of pressure from a lot of different directions. There'll be a pick onto Carp. Blakeu taking out that Widow. Voodoo's got ult. He can get topped up. He might look to use it here, but he falls. Monkey Ghost just looking to get an extra pick here before falling. Center should be able to contest here, but they'll have to walk on up here pretty quick. Blakeu getting a lot of value out of his shield there, but not out of his shatter. He goes popping ult here, trying to zone some of Catawba away. Almost dies to the Pharah that's in their backline. Jellymane doing a lot of heals, doing a lot of damage, but Catawba is controlling so many different angles with this Pharah. Not much one person can do. See a swap here for the Orisa from Blakeu. For something that might be able to deal with that Pharah a little more effectively. Center pinging this Widow, helping teammates locate her. There'll be a Kitsune rush from Catawba. A lot of ults being invested here from center. They are getting some results. Voodoo looking to clean up this Pharah up top. Still alive. Might be staggering herself a bit. Voodoo looking to teleport behind to clean this up. Be Jellymane getting the final blow. Catawba making better time in their King's Row push up to this point than Center was, but still only 2 minutes left to get to this final section. He's making some trades here. Nice spear from Blakeu to take out that Pharah. Gonna be Center winning this team fight. We're gonna have a lot of ultimates on the side of Catawba to re-engage here. Once they build up Kiriko and Orisa, they will have at least an advantage of 1. Center looking to see if they can get any members out alive from that fight, and Blakeu just get booped into the hole. Center has no ultimates here to take this recontest. Might have Doodoo Boodoos if they can stall out for a little longer. He'll have to stay alive to make that happen. Giving up his high ground advantage. Using it the moment he gets it. Blakeu and Chunky Ghost able to take out the Pharah while she's ulting. Blakeu able to stay alive pretty well and contest on this point. Center has a good spawn advantage, so if they can all just stay up, they can probably get it if they just get a few picks. They're starting to make it work. That's the nano onto Blakeu. Some extra damage. Just in the nick of time, Center is able to prevent that push from Catawba. That'll be Center leading 2-0. Sleskin from Catawba with the play of the game. Absolutely massive shatter here. Getting a couple from under the cart as well, and a huge follow-up. Well deserved. We'll see you back here in just a moment for game number 3.
Initiating match.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, on map 3, Shimbali Monastery. Center is up 2-0 over Catawba Blue. That last map on King's Row was an awfully close one. For most of Catawba's push, they were on a better pace than Center. It really came down to just a couple of ults in that last fight in King's Row for both the attack and the defense. See what they can do here with their back against the wall. This is match point if Center does manage to take it. Catawba will see another Rhine composition as well as this Pharmacy combo that worked quite well for them on the majority of King's Row. Center will be looking to run a Ramatra
Same saccharine tongue. Same empty head.
on the Junkrat. Swapping over to May. Could be pretty effective into this Reinhardt. Might struggle a bit against the Pharah, but Chonky goes holding it down on the hit scan on the Cassidy. Should be able to apply some pressure to both the Pharah and the Mercy. And he's already up here going for a little bit of a cheeky flank. Get that early pick. And he's able to land it onto the Kiriko. That's going to give Center some great momentum to start this map off with. Jellyman getting low against that Pharah, and there'll be 2 picks from Catawba here. Both teams trading back and forth. Carp on 1 HP for a moment there. Just barely looking like a bit of a win for Center, but without that healing orb from Jellyman, Blakeu likely would have fallen to that enemy Reinhardt. Catawba now on the Sojourn. Be able to do a little bit more pressure onto Farah and Mercy than that May would. Got one-shot potential. An ult from Distorted there from Catawba. Catawba not quite being able to get that finishing blow onto him. Center looking like they're gonna need to back all the way out here. Or just die and get the respawn. Jellyman able to get out of almost any situation with that fade. Playku. Pressing W, putting on some pressure, able to take out that Reinhardt, punching straight through the shield. That'll be a nice early ultimate from Jellymane. Looking to pick a kill on that Mercy. They are able to get it. Jellymane not afraid to fight someone a little bit larger than his size. Blakey coming in for support. Really taking a lot of space here. The rest of center back on cart. Blakey getting nanoed and popping ult here. Still hasn't gone down yet, and even though he gets pinned, he's still able to do that damage through the pin. Great kills from Carp here, keeping everyone up. One shot from Catawba's Sojourn there was online that didn't quite get anything. Jellymane all out of his signature sauce. Jellymane looking for an Elim here on that Sojourn. Massive ultimate from Distorted from Catawba. Center does manage to shut him down, but it's too late. Too much damage has been done, and it's Letkin from Catawba cleaning things up. The first real full reset that Center's going to be doing on this map here on Shimbali Monastery. Taking this staircase up on the right. Catawba able to get a pick with his disruption orb from a distance. Chonky goes with the Deadeye. Almost catches that Kiriko from under the cart, but not quite. Does get some zoning. Really low health bar there on Catawba's Orisa. Carp's gonna take her out. As well as the back piece from Catawba. This just set up this window could have been quite devastating. Blakey, as always, sort of pressing forward, taking up a little bit of space in front of his teammates. He's got ult here. Nice lamp here from Carp, keeping a lot of center alive through that ultimate. Jellymane keeping people topped up and applying that pressure onto Catawba. That combo with Blakey's all just too much damage for anyone to handle.
Come on, let's move this payload.
Blakey up in their spawn, up in their face, while the rest of center is able to get this cart moved. Dragons will keep the point a little clear. Oh, and they get 3 incredible dragons there from Distorted on the side of Catawba. Gonna be another pretty much full engage. Full re-engage here from center. Jellyman looking to get out alive. Donkey Ghost almost has ultimate here. The rest of center is pretty far away. A little over a minute left on the clock. Center's push ended here. It'd still be pretty good, but they would certainly like to close it out. Sojournaut takes out Jellymane. Adama falls as well. Center not going to be able to make anything happen here. Looking to get out alive again. Adama makes a swap over to the Soldier 76.
I need healing. Hey there.
30 seconds remaining.
He's a lot here, Chonky Ghost. Only gets 1. Jellymane popping on yet another Coalescence. Seems like he always has it online. We're needing to take out just a couple more. Another Dragons. Almost manages to take out Adama. Pretty huge anti here, but Karp's able to cleanse it up. It's Sune and Blakeu's ultimate here. Let's center. Create a lot of space, do a lot of damage, keep that pressure up, and make it so they can finish off the map. We'll be swapping onto defense now.
Initiating match.
Another map finished in overtime. I think we will see another pretty tight push here from Catawba. Anyone's game.
Ready for battle.
We're seeing a Torbjorn here from Adama.
Busier than you, I see.
I missed you too. You look great, by the way.
Same saccharine tongue. Same.
Be able to do a little pressure onto this Farm Mercy that we're going to see here again from Catawba.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Chalky Ghost as well on the hit scan.
Over here.
Poison. Taking care of you. Basic amen.
And they're playing around this corner here. A lot of low health bars on center. But it looks like they're going to be able to stabilize. Win a pretty clean team fight. Blakeu looking to take out that Reaper, and Adama comes in for the finishing blow.
Pain is inevitable.
Over there.
Alba coming up onto the high ground. Testing center from behind. See some picks here onto center. Blakey does look like he's going to be able to make it out, but maybe not with this far in Mercy here. They managed to take out Carp, which is his main lifeline. If they do manage to take him out, that's going to be a pretty big stagger because all the while, Catawba is pushing this cart. And his teammates do get up here. They've got 5 ultimates. They're looking to recontest. Lots of damage walking right into this brawly comp from Catawba. Huge damage ults there. Coming out from Catawba. They're investing a lot and they get it done. Only a single ult to their name now going into this next fight though. Might not matter because they're making progress. 4 minutes on the clock. Catawba's making good time. Center investing ults here. Well, it's Catawba. Adama almost gets that pick onto Kiriko, but he does fall. Blakey just barely being able to punch these airborne targets here. His teammates fall while he's focused on taking out that Mercy. Center should still be able to recontest here. A swap to a Sojourn from Chonky Ghost. This damage boosted spam from the Pharah, though, is really quite impressive into what Center is trying to do. And they're not going to be able to recontest. Pretty massive time back for Catawba. Still a full 4 minutes to just make it right to the end of this point here. Center can just get some momentum, though. Get an ult advantage. They can make it happen. Reaper TPing. And are able to prevent some of the effects of that Kitsune rush. Trading on both sides. It's Jellyman. The Coalescence. Pharah Mercy still almost uncontested. Monkey Ghost does manage to take her down. Jellyman really wanting this pick on this Mercy. Almost gets it. Chonky Ghost desperately needs a heal, but he does get that headshot onto Distorted there. Pharah Mercy spending a lot of time in this little crack here in the wall. Some really great positioning from Catawba, able to hold 2 very different and very oppressive angles on center. Really split their attention. Jellyman popping ult. Carp as well. Allowing Adama's primary fire to get a lot of extra value. Center has stabilized here. They've got a lot of momentum. There will be a far alt online for Catawba. If they can find some cheeky positioning, can break a big hole into center's defenses here. I was definitely looking for it. Maybe got a little greedy. The Mercy doesn't quite get the res off. Be a molten core from Adama. He falls, but he denies a lot of space on this card. So a little more damage from Chonky Ghost here. Should finish things off.
Pain is inevitable. Not so fast.
Should be 3 alts on line for Catawba going to this next fight. Potentially 3 for center as well, but they're going to need a little bit more time. Build them all the way up.
Breaking them down.
Are looking to reposition on the left here. Finding alt that way. Center's ready for it. Not quite ready for this Reaper alt from Distorted though.
Railgun charge.
Chonky Ghost still alive. Might be able to get the recontest here. Jellyman as well, on point. But he falls. Blakeu coming out with the ball. The master of stalling on cart. He's antied, but his health pool is so large and he's so slippery. Gonna need to wait for some of those supports to come back online. Oh, he's melted though.
Taste of poison.
Because they got it to overtime, both teams are looking here to have the exact same time bank.
Switching sides.
Totally even on this game 3.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
See if there's any swaps to be made onto this new format of only having 1 minute in the time bank. Blakeu looking to potentially run the ball here. Got an Ash from Chonky Ghost. Looks like the ball pick was not meant to be. Blakeu back onto the Ramatra. Center might be debating here what they're wanting to run. Pretty much everything could be up in the air with the exception of Jellymane, who will play Moira till the day that he dies. See a Hanzo here from Distorted. If he can get that early pick, such a small time bank, that could be extraordinarily impactful. And when his only goal here is to deny center space on the cart, if he can build up a quick ultimate, it'd be devastating. Huge pick from Chonky Ghost here onto the Ana. Nice headshot. Traded back and forth. A DPS player down on both sides, but now 2 DPS down for Catawba. Blakeu falls. Only 17 seconds left. Center will need to have to get on this card. Blakeu does manage to touch cart. He's sustaining a lot of damage. Carp's not going to be able to get the res off, and Jellymane will not get there in time. All center can do is just a little bit of movement around that corner. Certainly still possible, but center will be having to look to hold a little further up if they're wanting to get this recontest here.
Initiating match.
Now, will center be looking to play right around this corner, which is a dangerous game to play because they step off of it for even a second, it might be over. Or will they be looking to hold closer up to Catawba's spawn?
Ready for battle.
See Adama with the Symmetra here. Harp on the Kiriko. So no damage boost for Chunky Ghost Ash. Still on just this first point. This first section of this first point. Pretty long sight lines, which should favor the Ash. I think a good pick from Chunky Ghost.
Follow the rules, and we won't have a problem.
5, 4,
Over here.
3,
If you Blakeu on the Reinhardt,
60 seconds remaining. Stop the play.
probably looking like they might run all the way up to the right side here. Adama able to get his teammates up to the high ground. Doesn't quite know they're all there yet. They're starting to find out. Adama getting a lot of damage on the laser beam.
Enemy seen.
30 seconds remaining.
Interesting move from Catawba there. If it had worked out, it might have won them the whole game, but they weren't pushing the cart for that brief period they were running back up there. Only 17 seconds left on the clock. Gonna come down to just a single team fight. The first pick does fall onto Adama. Center is gonna need to make something happen here. It's a pick onto Catawba's Reaper and an ultimate ready from Blakeu. Blakeu, that could really turn the tide of battle. But he gets melted. There's another ultimate, and this time from Catawba. That Kitsune Rush. And the Nano Boost. Arp stalling on point. Jellymane's got his ultimate, but not sure if it's going to be enough to keep everyone alive. Blakeu coming back to point as the ball. Master of stalling on point. It's a little bit body blocked there. He's awfully low on health. It looks like Catawba is going to take this map number 3.
Play of the game.
Was a close one indeed. Blakeu with the ultimate.
Welcome to guest ready for battle. Battle. Fire. Fight. Now arriving at Lijiang Tower. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, not just for a brand new game, but for a brand new match. We have swapped over from our center white team's match against Catawba Blue to our center gold team's match against Montgomery County Community College.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm sorry you will not get to see the thrilling conclusion of that first match, but as results of that come in, I will try and let you know how our colonels fare. right here against Montgomery. We'll see a ball comp here from Montgomery, as well as a Sombra. Center College, with the combination of Who's James on the Symmetra and Runner on the Lucio, is able to get to point a lot faster. Ball does manage to get a pick onto Who's James. Most of Center is antied here. And he gets a nice pick on the ball, and Center's still in this. He gets hacked and falls. Fortunately, Center never did manage to cap that point. Not getting any charge from this, but Vector falls. Center does get the point. Starting to tick up some percentages. Vector having some trouble into the Sombra here near spawn. Manages to TP out. James TPing into this back line of Montgomery County. A lot of damage onto Galvanijo. See a point swap over to Montgomery. Ball ultimate here. Gonna deny a lot of space. Vector pops his ult, gets a pick, but does go to sleep in the process. James has his wall, Runner with his beat, and Galvanijo will have this slam. Nice early pick with it. They're looking to take out some of these squishies first, and then they can focus on melting down this ball. A very well coordinated push here. Clean up on the Ana. Runner only with one ultimate here, but Montgomery County only with one to their name as well. Montgomery County probably looking to pop their Kitsune to engage here. She does. Wall from James able to negate a lot of that damage, but before Galvanijo goes down. Turret picks up a kill onto Tracer. Center and Montgomery trading a little bit in this fight, but Center's still got the point. It does clean up. A couple of Montgomery's members looking to back out and re-engage. Back out and regroup, rather. Sorry. Center past 90 percentage points.
Watch out for this one.
Montgomery County looking to do a lot of damage here. This ball ult. This Tracer bomb, but doesn't really get anything with either. Hector gets a pick. Galvanijo pops his ult. Just need to get this ball, really. That'll be a team kill from Center to take that first sub-map.
Score 0-1.
A lot of great work there from Center to focus down that ball. A lot of times balls can be so... Ball players just really slippery, not able to really focus them because they're moving so quickly, but Center here knew to focus some of the squishier targets first and put ball in a position where there wasn't much he could do. We're still looking to play quick here. That TP and that speed boost. Montgomery's Reinhardt runs right in. And are able to burn him. Go fast with the Lucio. Do a lot of work to clean up the rest of Montgomery. It looks like Center is easily going to take this first point here when it unlocks in just one more second. Runner and Tooney back here grabbing that. Hector's able to get a lot of spam damage here through this little hallway on the Junkrat. Great tracking by Who's James. That ball. Joe on point. Testing, getting people away. The Sombra TP's out. Lucio's still back. Might be looking for an environmental kill here, but run away. Ball up in this room here. I don't think Center knows where he is, but won't pose too much of a threat without his teammates. We're just keeping out in the nick of time. Almost all of Montgomery County over in this room on the right here. Nano on the ball, making him awfully hard to kill. Rotating in from a lot of different directions here. They're able to pop wall and beat to mitigate a lot of the damage. Vector does fall. Looking like a pretty even fight here with trades on both sides. James taking a lot of damage. He's able to heal back up a bit. Vector coming in with Tire. Able to take out the Sombra. Joe breaking some of these mines, clearing a little bit more space. The ball took so much. Able to block a lot of that damage out of the Reaper ultimate. Vector gets one more pick. The ball does fall. These quick characters coming back in on the point. If Center can take them out quickly before that ball gets a chance to respawn and re-engage. Submap will be theirs. Game 1 in general goes to Center College. Pretty scrappy fights in there. Galvanijo. Massive slam for the play of the game. Back in just a couple moments as we do some pick bans for the next map.
King's Row. Initiating match.
We'll be going to King's Row here on map number 2 of Center College Gold versus Montgomery County Community College. For a little update for anyone who watched most of that first game, Center White versus Catawba Blue. Map number 4 was a push map, and Center did not win that one. They are currently 2-2, playing their final map on Nepal. Or excuse me, Lijiang Tower. Any minute now, we'll figure out who wins in that exciting Game 5 conclusion. But that's not the game we're watching. Let's talk about that a little bit. In a ball comp here from Montgomery County, once again. Awfully popular in this Season 3 meta. So maybe not what's traditionally popular on a map like King's Row. Galvanijo going in here with the classic, the Rhine composition. Running to go fast. Tuni to give those big heals. Vector back on the Junkrat like map 1. Center doing some pretty massive rotations here. Rotating in from their spawn. Into hotel. Vector able to get a kill. Pretty cool strategy and positioning from Center here to take a little tour of the map to decide where they want to engage. It does work for them. That speed that runner's able to provide with the speed boost. Well, everyone hacks into where Galvanijo is standing is just so impactful. Also quick though, he's able to get back from spawn and recontest this. It does take him out. Not without some low health bars. Center will take this first point. Center looking to get aggressive, get a little bit of information.
Sentry in position.
Maybe Tuni holding down card.
Over there. Targeting hostile.
Montgomery hasn't quite found the location where they want to engage yet. They will have ball mines into this fight, and they're looking to use them here. It's going to give the rest of Montgomery a way to get in. Splitting Tuni here a little bit, but a lot of Center's been able to clear most of those mines out of the way.
Adjusting turret placement.
Like, all of Center will fall here, with the exception of Galvanijo. Beating out in time to get back to his teammates, let them heal him for a little bit of extra ult charge. Take that back, they're both at full charge.
You'll have to try harder than. Eyes on a target.
Low on that Sombra there. Vector does fall. Runner pops ult. lost fight for center, it looks like. Galvanijo alive, and he falls as well. A lot of ultimates invested there, though. At least 2, rather. Center not quite able to take that ball out. A little bit of a miscommunication there, rather, on the order to use some of their different CC abilities. Maybe Vector using Tire. Looking if we can get some support. See a wall from Who's James. Some mines on the point. Not able to get too much momentum from that wall. That's no ults on either side. Both teams have been using them pretty much as soon as they get them. They're looking to reposition here. Collapse onto a support in the back line, perhaps. Center antied, hacked. They're still with this high ground position and this extra speed. Might be able to get something to happen. Runner over 90% of the way to beat. Vector with another tire. No ults on the side of Montgomery. Vector going around the long way with this tire. Able to get the Ana. That might be enough to really create a big opening here. Only 10 seconds left for center. They are going to be taking it to this third point. 1:30 on the clock to make this happen. Just a few team fights left. They're almost able to burn that Sombra there, but Shakipi's out just in the nick of time, as she keeps doing. Ninja will have Shatter. Some interesting position up top there. Some more of these really big rotations here from center. The beat from Runner. This is everyone but Vector. Ninja looking to Shatter onto the Kitsune Rush. And he gets a pick, but then gets picked himself. Montgomery up in this particular fight. Especially up in the ult economy. Center not a single ult to their name. Vector the only one past 50. The distant sounds of screaming in the other room indicates to me Center White has finished their match against Catawba Blue and won. We're here to watch Center Blue, or Center Gold here. They are not quite able to complete this push on King's Row. An effective defense, though, that time is still quite manageable. That distance, rather. Interesting. I seem to have spawned underground, and I can't get out. Very cool. Important to remember that Blizzard is just a small indie company. And they couldn't be expected to not spawn you underground. That would be too much to ask. In the defense here, we'll be seeing an Orisa from Galvanijo.
Everything's going. The end draws near.
A lot of swaps on the DPS. James on the Cassidy. Vector on the Reaper. Characters both are deeply, deeply familiar with.
Attackers incoming.
Widowmaker from Montgomery County for some picks, but doesn't find anything in the first couple seconds. Swap back over to the Sombra.
Enemy here.
Huge headshot from Who's James there onto the Sombra. And give Center a lot of momentum in this first major team fight. A lot of damage onto the ball, but he gets out free. Gilbert from the side of Montgomery takes out Who's James with a headshot on the kunai knives there. Then they're looking to rotate up top. It's like they did on attack. Montgomery's ball gets a pick onto Tooney. Nice beat, or a nice boop there from Runner. Does get a pick, but that'll be Montgomery taking the point. They're knowing not to engage on something that's not winnable like that. No ults yet for either side, but awfully close. Stoic on the ball. Who's James on the Cassidy? They're moving up to the high ground here. Another one of their really big rotations they've been doing on this map. Montgomery getting a lot of distance on the cart here. Should be looking to drop pretty soon. A lot of ults build up here from center. They're going with that Kitsune rush and the beat. Able to stop a lot of damage from these mines. Galvanijo gets hacked though. Here from Galvanijo takes out Sombra. And it does win this fight. Looking if they can do a little bit more cleanup there. Able to take out that Ana. The ball gets out, but that's to be expected.
Hello. Surprise.
Enemy here.
Early pick from Who's James. Reaper with the Nano Death Blossom. Galvanijo's antied here, but his teammates are able to keep him up. Vector with a Death Blossom. Not finding anything, but doing some damage, taking up some space. Still a very winnable fight from either team. Vector has fallen asleep. Napping on the job. Doesn't get picked off. A lot of damage onto the ball. James does fall trying to take him out. They're in an unfortunate spot surrounded by all those mines, but able to get a lot of damage done on that Sombra. They're sitting on 4 ultimates here. Looking to burn as much time as they can. They can stall Montgomery from getting to this 3rd point. That'll be match. Not match, but that'll be the first or the 2nd game. Like they're looking for a pretty aggressive engage here. Almost takes out the Ana. Hitting with the Kitsune rush. That'll be Montgomery fully getting out of there at the side of the Kitsune rush. Exception of the ball, which hides in the back line. We're looking to just reset on this high ground here. They'll have all these ults. The EMP from Montgomery's Sombra. Great beat from Runner, though. Keeps center alive. And a rush comes in. Like they're able to get a lot of damage, but not quite killing this ball yet. I need to look to take out these squishies like that Ana. Makes it a lot easier to focus down this ball. He's got a lot of overhealth, though. Jericho falls down, and Tooney's able to take her out. Looking for some headshots here on the Reaper. That's all it's gonna take. Oh, the Lucio comes in. They get rid of him, and that'll be center taking map number 2 as well. Not the best attack ever, but center really pulling through on the defense. The game to Fluffy from Montgomery. Really getting a huge anti here. Next map will be a push type map. We'll see in just a couple minutes.
Traveling to Dorado. Initiating match.
Right before this, I said we were going to a push map. And ladies and gentlemen, I lied. This is not a push map. Push maps are for when you go to game number 4. This is game number 3. Well, hopefully we won't see a game number 4, because this is match point for Center College if they're able to clean it up here on Dorado. I think pretty much the same comp here coming out from Montgomery in terms of this ball and Sombra.
Always plan an exit.
Got a Baptiste on the defense, keeping people alive with that lamp. Reaper for that close range damage, gonna be pretty effective into Center's potential dive comp here. Got Galanijo here on the Monkey.
Death appears.
Who's James on the Cassidy, Vector on the Reaper. And Runner swapping over to a Brigida. Gonna be able to keep a backline that's a lot more impervious to the damage of the ball.
Enemy here.
They're TPing up top, but right into the sight lines of 3 of Montgomery's. We're getting low, but TPing out. This James does fall to Theater. They're putting in a lot of pressure up top here, but only on 10 health. Importantly, Center is managing to push the cart during most of this. Galvanicho's lightning gun not super effective into that ball, who's got such a big health pool, but he can be so effective into a lot of these backline characters with such squishy health pools. Instead, relying on characters like Vector and Who's James to pump that damage into the ball. Vector with his shotgun's able to get a lot of spread damage onto that ball. Just a huge hitbox to shoot at. And are able to finish it. Kind of surprised that Montgomery did not choose to re-engage on this cart. Like they should have been able to. Galvanijo applying some pressure onto this high ground. Montgomery pretty distracted. Well, center is slowly pushing this cart. There'll be mines for Montgomery to start going in. Kick on to Who's James. Joe getting awfully low, but manages to get out. That's 5 ults on the side of center. Gonna have a lot of options going into this next fight. Pretty soon to be 4 ults from Montgomery, though. Montgomery's popping a lot of theirs first. An early pick onto Runner. They're looking to back out of this, though. Wait for Runner to come back, knowing they only used 1. Montgomery used 2. Montgomery only with 2 left. The center has 4. Going in with the Kitsune Rush. Pushing it up onto the high ground. There with a Death Blossom. It's going to be a pretty clean wipe from center. With the ball making it out alive from Montgomery. Center does not have a lot of ults going into this next one. With the speed on that ball, Montgomery will be able to contest here. Starting in with mines. Keeping center off the cart.
Over there. Enemy here. I'm here.
Bonijo a little cut off in this room here. Oh, a massive Death Blossom from Theater. Manages to take out 3 of center's players. A little over a minute left on the clock. Center has 1, maybe 2 good fights left in him. Take the cart to this 3rd section of the point. 3rd section of the map. Center rotating in through the bank. Rally pop from Runner. Even if they can kill the ball down here. Super low.
Enemy over here.
Ah, but Runner can't quite take him out. Very unfortunate. So the ball is still low here. Yes. Who's James does get it with the magnetic grenade from Cassidy. They kill the Reaper. 20 seconds left. Looking like they're going to be able to get it. Not even needing to go into overtime. 1 minute and 40 left for Center to finish out this map. Huge pick from Who's James. Center some momentum. Nijo going in, seeing if they can get maybe a second pick. Apply some pressure, but Vector gets a little too thirsty for it there and falls to the Sombra. Nijo gets hacked. They're looking to bunker down in this top right section. The window from Fluffy. huge damage into runner from the ball. And we're probably going to have to back out here. James with a pick on a theater. Onijo up top. He got that Kitsune rush. Firing up his teammates. And keeping 3 on cart. Pushing as fast as they can. 4 on cart even. So 3 is the maximum. Half health on the ball. Pops his mines. Quite impactful as Center enters into overtime, and with the hack, it'll be very difficult for any of Center's members to get onto this cart and contest. This is the last fight, the last opportunity for Center to make something happen, and they don't quite. They did get the cart quite far, though. With another good defense, Center can take this.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Onijo making a choice pretty last minute here. Like he's gonna stay on the monkey. Runner staying on this Brigitte. It's Symmetra here from Finlay on the side of Montgomery.
One.
Be able to get some cheeky rotations onto some high grounds.
Escort the page.
And they swap back over to the Sombra.
A victim appears.
Fall behind, doing a lot of damage to the runner, but the team effort, Center can burn him down. Also getting a pick onto Theater.
Got one here. Restoring balance. Enemy here.
A lot of damage from Who's James and Tooney onto that Reaper.
Over there.
Setting up on this high ground. It's not super close to where the cart is. All able to run it and contest it for a bit.
Enemy here.
There's one.
Got one here. Watch out.
James has this Death Blossom, not Death Blossom, I'm sorry. The Noon here.
Eyes out.
Enemy here.
Look to use it on this high ground. Be a window out. Fluffy. Having an interesting spot for it. Galvanito choosing to just kind of run into it. And then jump out. Make sure it doesn't get too much value. Sombra always knows when to TP out. They're doing a pretty good job on the defense here. Less than 2 minutes left. Montgomery has not even made it under this arch yet. 5 ults to their name. James gets hacked, not able to complete his ult. Still able to get some value, doing some zoning there. It's still 4 ults to center's name. Great job rotating around to these different high ground positions. They're making themselves really hard to eliminate. Avanijo in a tricky spot, does go down. And a pick from Who's James levels the playing field. And he goes in with a Kitsune rush. Looking to keep Kevin up. He goes for a Death Blossom. Going to get a little aggressive there. That'll be a rally from Runner. But not an aggressive one, just to make sure everyone stays alive. Reaper ult doesn't get anything from Montgomery. A lot of low health bars while Galvanijo goes crazy monkey mode. Leave the ball on point. Getting burned down by Vector. Jericho looks like she might be able to touch, and not quite. That will be the game for Center College. 3-0. Incredible job on the defense there from Center. Play of the game to Tooney. Dropping that Kitsune rush onto the high ground. Providing a lot of utility for his teammates. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I have 2 more Overwatch games next week around the same time. Both our Overwatch Gold and White teams will also be taking part in a tournament this weekend. There's a strong chance it will not be on stream, at least not in its entirety, but please do wish them luck on their endeavors in that. Thank you so much. Take care. See you next week.